At the end of the 2nd century, the Han Dynasty was approaching the twilight of its existence after 400 years of continuous rule. People who felt unease with the corrupt government launched a large-scale revolt under the self-proclaimed Grand Master Jiang. The Han Dynasty formed a punitive force against these men who called themselves the Yellow Turbans. When a descendant of the imperial court named Liu Bei learned of this, he was moved to apply to be part of the volunteer army. This set off a chain of events which would have a profound effect on the history of China.
So you say you are a descendant of the king of Zhongshan? And yet without someone who can verify your bloodline. Well,
you are correct. Right now, I have no great quality or strength by which I can prove my worth. However, the land is in need, and my love for the people will not allow me to ignore that need. I ask you, may I join? There is a strength that resides not in a man's arm. We must overcome the chaos within our land.
all right, I get your point. I'm going to place you in command of one of the volunteer units.
I thank you for your generosity. I shall do all in my power to repay your trust.
Look over there, see? You've got a full complement of men now. Zhang must be punished for causing this rebellion. One force go east, the other west. We will catch the enemy between us.
So, you are next. I'll crush you.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. Get out of my way.
To accompany you, then die!
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
The bridge is down. Now, all forces advance over the bridge.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
Excellent. Your heroism serves as an example to every man in our forces. Look! It is the great sage, Master Zhang Zhao himself!
Forward! The time has come for us to build a new world!
weakened by every base we take.
You foul spawn shall fall before the splendor of our power.
You think to outsmart me? Don't make me laugh.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
Now that's how it's done. Inspire us all.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
Are you showing off? I'm gonna have to keep up there. Cheng, we can advance through this trickery. All of these tricks have a source. There should be some kind of altar in their base. Destroy it.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
Fight me now, for glory!
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
You fools! Your time is finished! See before you the new age of the Yellow Turbans!
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
There is no place for you in the new world. May these flames burn you to the ground!
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
Do not falter. It is merely an illusion. If you cut down the castle, it will all fall.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
I am impressed. You are an inspiration to us.
The people have shown their support for the new age. We shall not fall to the dregs of a dying empire.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. The enemy is weakened by every base we take.
They think to stop our progress with fire? Find out where the flames are coming from and stop them.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
Now that's how it's done. Inspire us all.
The enemy is very strong. We are being pushed back.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
We must rouse ourselves for this fight.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
All right. We have stopped all their so-called magic. Only their leader Zhang is left. Troops, forward!
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
Forward. By demolishing the enemy's camp, we'll crush their spirits as well.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
Oh, the land fails, and the new age is still so far away.
The Yellow Turban's rebellion has been quelled. You have all fought well. Victory is ours.
This victory is thanks to everybody's efforts.
All right. We finished off this group pretty quickly. Let's go back and have a drink.
Good idea. We will drink a toast to our victory here today. And we'll drink to the future as well.
Master Guan Yu and Master Zhang Fei. I have been blessed to meet such good people. So far, I've been extremely fortunate. Master Guan Yu carries himself with a nobility of character that is almost regal. And although Master Zhang Fei lacks in social graces, he is a good man, and his strength in battle matches that of Master Guan Yu. But what of me? I know there is a way to achieve my purpose and my dream. But how can I when I rely on the strength of others?
Hey, are you gonna stand around here all day? Let's get going.
I must grow in strength to fulfill my dream of peace. That is how to save the world from chaos.
After the Yellow Turban Rebellion was quelled, chaos gripped the world as rival warlords fought for domination. Still wandering the land, Liu Bei took up residence under Cao Cao. It was there that he heard that Yuan was scheming to claim the imperial throne for himself. To the court, and specifically Liu Bei, who hoped to revive the name of the Liu family, it was unforgivable. Under the condition that Yuan would stay with Cao Cao's army, Liu Bei borrowed a number of troops from Cao Cao and headed to attack Yuan.
Tell me, are you acquainted with a man by the name of Yuan?
Yes, by name. Though I never actually met him. At the battle against Dongzhuo, I think I saw him at a distance.
Truly. Some rumors have come to my ears, saying he has possession of the Imperial Seal. I hope that he has no plans to do anything disloyal with it.
Master Cao Cao, could you lend, for a short time, a few of your horsemen to me?
So, you require horsemen, eh? I would not refuse you, not when you need my aid. There is a condition, of course. For a time, you must leave the man you depend on so much, Guan Yu.
What's that? Guan Yu?
I understand. Master Cao Cao, my brother asks that you aid his cause. He will require some of your men.
Brother!
There is no need to be concerned. All I ask is that you continue on your path.
Your self-proclaimed title mocks the glory of the Han. I shall be the one to mete out the Emperor's justice. The enemy is weakened by every base we take.
Yuan Shu's a tyrant. He takes everything we can grow. Please, save us from him.
Yuan Shu, you dare to abuse the people under your care? That cannot be allowed. I shall call down the justice of the Han upon your head.
You have no one to accompany you? Then die!
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. The enemy is weakened by every base we take. Shall fail. The enemy is weakened by every base we take.
Now that's how it's done. You inspire us all.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
It is time to take the attack to the enemy. Forward!
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
Hey! You're tearing them up, brother!
You dare to profane the land of the new Emperor? Your Highness, allow me to deal with these miscreants.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
We have received word from our scouts. An unknown force is approaching.
You believe your wits are a match for mine?
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
I have come to support the new Emperor. As a token of my loyalty, I propose taking Master Liu's head.
Ah, the glorious morning of a new age. I will wield my sword for your Imperial Highness.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
Your Highness, are you okay? Allow me to drive off your enemies. This is getting me nowhere. Come on out, I'll face you all at once.
We've received a report from the scouts. Another unknown force is approaching.
More enemy reinforcements? Things will become difficult if their numbers increase much more.
None can stand against you!
We are in a most difficult spot.
The enemy is weakened by every base we take.
Yuan Shu,
You dare to use the Imperial Seal to declare yourself Emperor? Prepare to pay the price for your deceit!
I am looking for Liu Bei, the former prefect of Shu. The Kingdom of Wu wishes to assist him.
Fight me now, for glory! I trust you. I appreciate your assistance.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
True to your reputation, such a display will boost the morale of our troops.
That man over there. You say his name is Liu Bei? I'd like
Get
to
out of
meet
my
him.
way. Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
Our target is the enemy base. Taking it will deflate their morale. Fight me now, for glory!
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
Amazing! We will have to display our strength as well.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
Now that's how it's done. You inspire us all.
Master Sun Tse, what an amazing display of skill! Stop! We cannot allow them to outshine us.
You're in a most difficult spot.
I am the Emperor. I am the land itself. You dare threaten me, you landless peasant.
Yuan Shu, your crimes are unforgivable. You will pay for them with your life. Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. The enemy is weakened by every base we take.
Fight on! We must not fall short.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. I have punished the traitor Yuan Shu. I thank you all for your aid. This victory is thanks to everybody's efforts.
Liu Bei defeated Yuan, but Cao Cao feared him rising to power and secretly plotted to eliminate him. Beating back Cao Cao's assassins, Liu Bei safely escaped to Jing province with Zhang and his followers. Afterwards, Liu Bei improved his reputation in Jing and was even reunited with Guan Yu. However, Cao Cao was leading his massive army there to destroy Liu Bei. Once again, Liu Bei continued his fight, bringing along the commoners and soldiers that revered him.
Master Cao Cao watches the movements of the land very closely. He has prepared a response for anything that might occur. And right now, Cao Cao is looking most closely at Sun Quan of Jiangdong and Brother Bei.
There is only one way to drive Cao Cao away. We must deal with Sun Quan. We have no choice but to ally with him.
But why? Why is it that Cao Cao is so concerned about me? Sun Quan, that makes sense. But I do not even have a home. I wander from place to place.
You don't understand your worth. Look and see. Look at how all the people have gathered to your side. That is the reason that Cao Cao is so frightened of you. Because of the bonds you make with people.
Is it true? That it's a strength to be feared?
Well then, my Lord Guan Yu, I give you charge of our naval forces.
I understand. Farewell, brother. Our paths will soon cross on the banks of the Changjiang.
We must shake off this pursuit. Hurry to the docks in Guan Yu.
Lord Liu Bei, take us with you!
We wish to follow you and see a new world.
Yes, come with us on our journey. Those who can fight protect those who cannot. Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
You believe your wits are a match for mine?
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
Take us with you! Men, we must hold him back! It's do or die! My beauty must not be soiled by defeat. I shall return.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
You believe your wits are a match for mine?
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
Oh, keep it up, brother. Ha! I'm gonna have to let loose on these guys. I can't hold out much longer. Somebody, I am in need of assistance.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
Lord Liu Bei, take us with you! What a disaster! I have no excuse for troubling you with this rabble. Let's go! A true warrior indeed! You will carry our honor across the land.
The enemy is weakened by every base we take.
It pains me to have troubled you, Master Liu Bei, though I thank you for your help.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. The docks are just ahead, just a little bit farther. We're almost there.
My lord, enemy reinforcements are approaching. You fight alone? Are you brave or a fool? Let us find out.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
Enemy reinforcements are approaching.
Let's go!
The enemy is weakened by every base we take.
How did you ever survive this long? Stand in the way of my cousin's fate. That ends today.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
That I should be beaten in battle.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
My lord, enemy reinforcements have arrived.
True to your reputation, such a display will boost the morale of our troops.
Most impressive, Master Liu Bei. Now I must follow your example. Lord Liu Bei, take us with you! Fight me now, for glory!
Here I go! Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. virtue shall fail.
I shall pull back for now. However, we shall meet in battle again.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
Amazing! We will have to display our strength as well.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
Tearing them up, brother!
The enemy is weakened by every base we take. The enemy is weakened by every base we take. By every base we take.
My lord, enemy reinforcements are approaching.
Liu Bei, you wander the land seeking people to join your cause. I shall put an end to that here and now. You have surpassed me. Liu Bei, you do the making of a hero.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
A true warrior indeed! You will carry our honor across the land!
Yeah, I'm gonna squash you! I'm hungry, so that's it for today.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. The people have reached the docks? Wait just a bit more. I shall be there soon. This escape is a victory for us. Well done, everyone. This victory is thanks to everybody's efforts.
Liu Bei barely managed to escape Cao Cao at the Changjiang. Afterwards, he met up with Sun Quan. The two of them formed an alliance and repelled Cao Cao's navy that was invading the south at Chibi. It was not long after that when Liu Bei occupied Jing province and set his sights on Yi as well. Yi was a fertile land protected from the elements, a perfect base for Liu Bei in his quest to rival Cao Cao and Sun Quan for power. But the ruler of Yi was another member of Liu Bei's own family, Liu Zhang. Liu Bei agonized over the act of turning against his own kin to further his goals.
You're being foolish. You place too much emphasis on a name. You do realize that the land and the family of Liu are not the same thing. You have to stop closing your mind to that.
What are you saying? Close my mind? Then help me understand what this road is that I've been following. I have always been proud of my connection with the Imperial Han. It has given me courage and purpose. What road should I take? A man with no name has none.
What does a name matter? Now listen. You have before you an even more important road to walk, don't you? Look at the fine men who have fought by your side. Look at the people who have shared your wandering and your troubles. It's not your name that supported you. It is their strength and loyalty that have kept you on this path. Don't you know that?
I should know it. They are each like diamonds to me.
As you are to them, you shine like a guiding light in all of their hearts. Isn't that enough for you?
We must go on, even at the expense of virtue. My friends, I ask that you place your trust in me and accompany me to a new future.
We shall swing around to the west. Zhuge Liang, I leave the rest to you.
I understand. Together we shall prepare the stage for victory.
The enemy is weakened by every base we take.
Liu Bei is a liar and a thief. He shall not have this land of Shu. Prepare for battle.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. By every base we take.
We must rouse ourselves for this fight!
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
This is an excellent part. Perfect place to set up ambush.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
There you are. You shall not pass here.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. The enemy is weakened by every base we take. Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
An impressive feat. I will have to adapt my tactics to keep up. Now is our chance to take the enemy camp. Everybody, prepare to move out.
Well done, my lord. Now watch.
The enemy is weakened by every base we take. Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
Do not allow them to bring war to our land. We must protect the peace.
Hey, the enemy's a lot tougher than I thought.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. The enemy is weakened by every base we take.
The people of Yi reject the chaos of war. Spectre of ambition, I shall drive you back!
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
Do you realize you now have no place to run? This boulder will smash you to pieces!
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
My lord, possibly hostile forces approaching at great speed. From Liang, we believe.
From here, Liu Bei's forces are sitting ducks. Prepare your bows. We will fire on my mark.
Well, well, well. Look at what we have here. Are you lost? You didn't really think you could pass so easily through a road like this.
I work for a greater purpose. It is a purpose that even I will risk my life for.
fools come rushing through a forest. This mistake shall be your last.
Lord Liu Bei, the peace of Chengdu. We shall protect all.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
I've made a bother of myself, haven't I? But I am saved, thanks to you. You are as good as they say. I'll have to work a bit harder to keep up.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
I have come to fight those who forget honor and duty. Master Liu Zhang, there is no longer need to worry.
I suppose it's time I got moving. What do you say? You take an enemy base?
The enemy is weakened by every base we take.
Fight me now, for glory!
An impressive feat. I will have to adapt my tactics to keep up.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
How could I have lost? What strength does Liu Bei possess that can surpass that of justice?
The enemy is weakened by every base we take.
Well done, my lord. Now watch me. It's time to attack. The enemy doesn't stand a chance against us.
Sorry I'm late. I'll be right there, brother.
I am Sheng Bao, son of Sheng Bei. To battle! I shall guide my lord to victory!
Get out of my way! Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
Good! You've got me riled up!
The enemy is weakened by every base we take.
You believe your wits are a match for mine?
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. Virtue shall fail.
A true warrior indeed! You will carry our honor across the land!
Get out of my way! Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
not so easily defeated.
It is about time you arrived. It isn't easy feigning inferior numbers. Even with my strategies, victory here will prove impossible.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
Liu Bei!
The enemy is weakened by every base we take. Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. It was an unpleasant battle, but I thank you for your aid. Our path to the future begins here, from Shu. This victory is thanks to everybody's efforts.
I feel sorry about Master Liu Zhang, but it's good Chengdu has finally fallen. I thank you. I know there would have been no victory without you, were it not for your loyalty. I don't know how I would be able to go on.
No one's here because they want to follow the name of Liu.
I know we are here for only one reason, and that is the vision that you've shown us all.
You are our Lord regardless of what name you bear. It is your vision that holds us to you.
I shall not lose my pride in my name. However, no more will I be prisoner to it. From now on, I shall fight only as myself. Together, we'll put an end to the K.Os.
With Liu Bei's acquisition of Yi Province, the land entered a period of tripartite division between Liu Bei, Cao Cao, and Sun Quan. However, Guan Yu, the defender of Jing, fell to the scheming of Wu and Wei. Liu Bei lost himself in the depths of unimaginable sorrow. Declaring Wu his sworn enemy, Liu Bei marched his army to Ling, west of Jing Province. He had been fostering a three-part plan to join with Wu, oppose the traitorous Cao Cao, and unite the land. However, out of sheer rage, he cast his plan aside, becoming something truly monstrous.
It was awful, Lord. I saw it all. Commander Guan Yu, he met death at the hands of Wu.
Guan Yu!
No! No! Brother!
I promised. We swore that we would walk together. I have lost him. He was the closest to me. The one who was most important. What have I been doing and thinking?
Tell me what you're waiting for! Brother, we must take our revenge!
I must do it!
Please wait, my lord.
Revenge! This is war! Summon the generals here at once!
I shall avenge my brother no matter what the cost. Forward! Leave nothing of Wu left standing!
I have come for your head.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. Get out of my way. Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
You think to win alone? Learn how wrong you truly are!
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
Ready! Let our spirit ride upon these flames! Release!
Those cowards from Wu are using fire? I should have seen this coming.
Sorry to keep you waiting. Now step back and let me handle this.
The battle has turned in our favor. Forward! Attack Liu Bei's main camp!
Fight me now, for glory!
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
Most impressive, Master Liu Bei. Now I must follow your example.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. The enemy is weakened by every base we take.
Forward! Attack with the power of the dragon and the swiftness of the eagle. We are in a most difficult spot.
Face me if you dare.
That was close. Thank you for aiding us. It appears the resistance is futile.
Get out of my way! See, those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
I was too late. Liang, it is up to us to open a path for Lord Liu Bei.
True to your reputation, such a display will boost the morale of our troops.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
Do not be helped. We must open the path to the stone sentinels. The stone sentinels will let us through, but confuse our enemies. It will give us time to regroup.
I trusted that you would come. I appreciate your assistance. Your prowess is undeniable, simply remarkable. Oh, you just reached another level of brilliance!
can't hold out any longer!
Men, we must hold them back! It's do or die!
Think to outsmart me? Don't make me laugh.
The situation is dire.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. Get out of my way. Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
Hello? You've amused me greatly.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
That was close. Thank you for aiding us.
I guess you will do for an opponent.
Get out of my way. The enemy is weakened by every base we take. Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
I can't hold out much longer! Somebody! I am in need of assistance!
And here?
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
Let me be your opponent.
Most impressive, Master Liu Bei. Now I must follow your example. It pains me to have troubled you, Master Liu Bei, though I thank you for your help.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. The enemy is weakened by every base we take.
Do you believe your wits are a match for mine?
Those who who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
Oh, give it up, brother. I'm gonna have to let loose on these guys.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
We are in a most difficult spot.
The land will not be yours. You know it to be true. Then let us bring an end to this.
I shall fight.
Is this the end?
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. Get out of my way!
Now we have the event. This could turn out well.
By every base we take.
Okay, time to move. If the enemy shows up, make him regret ever being born.
The fates have chosen you, of all people.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. Victory is ours. Guan Yu, were you watching? Victory is thanks to everybody's efforts.
Why do you show me no honor? I am in bonds. Kill me right now!
So, tell me the form of the vision you were striving for.
Peace for Wu. And peace for Shu. Peace for Wei. Leave the land to grow as it would do. Grow in peace. Negotiations instead of war.
And now your dreams are dead. My anger is still not appeased. I will never forgive you. Still, I know I must find a way to move beyond hate. So, from this day forward, you will serve my dream, not your own. You will maintain the peace in Jiangdong. Guan Yu, allow this to be our vengeance. I must stay true to the vision. It must be a path strong enough to include all.
Begun in a fit of rage, the Battle of Ling led Liu Bei to a new spiritual state of mind. He realized that Sun Quan's vision of peace mirrored his own, and decided to merely annex Wu rather than annihilate him. With the goal of peace so tantalizingly close, only Cao Cao remained. Intent on fighting it out with Cao Cao, Liu Bei advanced his forces to the Wujiang Plains in northern Hanzhong. In response, Cao Cao, seeking to defeat Liu Bei, led his elite troops to attack the Shu forces. The two great generals challenged one another in one last battle for control of the new age.
Cao Cao would provide a path, introduce strong principles, and nurture everyone's talents and abilities. It's a vision that could please the people.
Ha! He's nothing but hot air. Even without the guy's leadership, the people can learn to grow without anyone's help.
Right. That is correct. By working together, they can teach themselves the proper path.
And yet, it assumes that they know what to do. But nothing is certain.
But giving them hope and guidance is Brother Bei's task. That's why we're here, isn't it? To help him?
I fear we have no choice but a battle. Cao Cao. Neither of us will bend, so one must break.
Friends, let this be the final battle that our poor land must face. We must grasp victory. Through our strength, the battle will be won! This will be the final battle. My friends, lend me your aid.
We must not pursue them too far. Let us watch and see what they will do.
Enemy, no escape. Me pursue.
Wei Yan, you must not go off alone. I knew it. I knew he would rebel against us.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
Fighting amongst themselves. That works to our advantage. Move for the plateau.
By every base we take.
Release! For the glory of Shu and the plans of our Prime Minister, let our arrows pierce Wei and all who follow it! Split up the men! We'll hit the enemy archers from both sides! They seem to be reading our every move! This enemy is clever. Hold back! Must regroup. Get out of my way! Let us have a glorious fight!
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
Liu Bei! Fight! I fight too!
You can't defeat me!
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
How could my beauty have fallen in such a way?
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
You fight alone? Are you brave or a fool? Let us find out!
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
You would face me? Very well. Let it begin.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
Just as I planned. Wei Yan, it is time. You and our reinforcements must take the enemy camp.
I fight for Liu Bei! Wait! All!
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
How could you do this to me?
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
I suppose death is something even I cannot overcome.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
Most impressive, Master Liu Bei. Now I must follow your example.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
My lord, more enemy troops are headed this way.
We must rouse ourselves for this fight! You have no one to accompany you? Then die!
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
This appears to be as far as we go. Fight me now, for glory!
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
My lord, a new enemy force has arrived at Zhang.
Get out of my way!
You believe you can beat ignorance.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. The enemy is weakened by every base we take. Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
What a disaster! I have no excuse for troubling you with this rabble. Don't waste this opportunity. We must use this momentum to press the attack.
Most impressive. We should all aspire to such greatness.
Fight me now, for glory!
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
Men, we must hold them back! It's do or die!
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
True to your reputation, such a display will boost the morale of our troops.
What a disaster! I have no excuse for troubling you with this rabble.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
Liu Bei, fight together! Be happy!
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. Together, we must open a path to a new world. We must let none stand in our way.
What can you do?
Get out of my way.
Liu Bei, you do not have what it would take to change the world.
It's outside. People can grow without the change of laws. It is that growth that will change the land.
I do not see. It is that which invites chaos, and mine is the only way.
Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail.
Most impressive, Master Liu Bei. Now I must follow your example.
The enemy is weakened by every base we take. Those who stand in the way of virtue shall fail. Friends, thank you. It has been a long and difficult road, but the K.Os has fled. Now let us walk in a new and peaceful age. This victory is thanks to everybody's efforts.
Have one of these freshly steamed buns.
Oh, I must try it. Master, you've added something new. Bamboo sprouts?
Just put them in. Came out well. I think it really adds something to the taste.
Your Highness. You're not supposed to be going off by yourself. Please.
Forgive me, Zhao Yun. Funny, but I find that this old marketplace is a lot more comfortable than the Imperial throne will ever be.
I can tell. The calm and peace on the faces of these people is the vision of the land my lord worked so hard to create.
Did you call us Lord?
Your Imperial Highness. Sorry.
Just kidding. The sun feels so good out here today.